work hard in the gym. Your body only deserves the best. IsoJect by Evogen Nutrition, featuring Evozyme technology, ultimate in pure whey isolate.
I think it started out kind of slow. You know, it's one of the areas that's been kind of weak for me through over the years. As most people, when they first started out, you know, they're looking at using poundage on bench press. They use barbell bench press, and that's only. You know, that's all I had access to. You know, when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of the equipment, and you know, I guess I started out in basically my basement. So I was using a barbell with, like, you know, the big plastic weights on the end of it. You know, once I joined the gym, you know, I started, you know, doing dumbbell press. But again, you know, as a young kid, you know, your ego kind of takes over, so you're pushing the weight, and you're doing whatever you can to move weight from point A to point B. So over the last 3 or 4 years, I probably actually lift less poundage, but, you know, my chest has grown a lot more because I've learned to take out, you know, the tricep and the shoulder engagement, and I've learned to just focus on what I'm working. So the last few years, you know, I never really understood mind and muscle. It's something you don't ever really comprehend it until you know how to do it, until you've been there and understand it.
It's not really a pose per se. It becomes actually more evident in the front relaxed. So I feel that for you to get that three-dimensionality, it's really important to be able to have that upper chest really pop.
You know, it just kind of motivates me to push things even further. I mean, I've never thought that having an upper chest is almost like saying your shoulders are too wide. You can't have too much of it. So really the only guy that out there, that's probably the best chest out there right now is Victor Martinez. You look at his, how full it is all the way up to the collarbone. You know, that's the goal. But I don't really consider my chest weak, but we just want to make, you know, we're looking for perfection with it. So just being very, very nitpicky on it, we do need to bring more upper inner chest up. You know, we want to build the perfect physique.
Most of the time I do like dumbbells, but for certain athletes who I feel that can handle a little bit more weight and they feel comfortable underneath the barbell, we'll do it. The only thing I try to stay really away from is flat barbell because you tend to get the most amount of pec tears from it. So I stay away from that as much as possible, especially heavy flat barbell press. But on the dumbbell motions, I do like them, especially for, you know, the heavier weights, because if you have to dump the weight, it's much safer than, you know, doing 5 or 6 plates on a barbell where you're more likely to get pec tear.
I prefer just all dumbbells or hammer strength now. I think this off season I've used barbells, flat barbell bench press maybe twice. So basically in 9 months, you know, twice. The incline barbell, I still use it. I can feel it a little bit more, but the flat barbell, I just don't really find it to be beneficial for bodybuilding now. You know, I'll flex them between sets because if I'm posing, like if that muscle's tired and it's weak and it's fatigued and I'm still able to hit my poses the way I'm supposed to, that's only going to make it that much easier for me when it comes game day to pose on stage. If it was hard in the gym, you know, it should be easy when I'm up there.
Well, we did a little extra FST7 type of set, which we call Super 7s, where we're not just doing a basic FST7 movement, we're doing actually a super set. So that's why, hence the Super 7s, where you're going from an isolated fly motion straight to a pressing motion. And what we did was, after we were able to do all the basic heavy movements, we went into the FST7 last. But again, instead of a basic FST, we did a FST7 superset between incline cable fly to a hammer press.
I've never really done an FST7 superset or an FST7 with supersetting. So normally I pick like an isolation movement and go with it. So I don't typically do a compound, and I definitely don't typically superset them. So doing it definitely took some motivation. I had to dig pretty deep to pull it off.